Hello, and welcome to the Let's Talk About It, Dad Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick, and I have my co host with me.
Cillian.
Awesome. We're back for another episode 9 of our podcast. Last week, you made a ton of picks in college football, NFL, the NHL, and we even did a little bit of a preview of OU basketball. This episode we're recording on Wednesday night. We'll hopefully get it released on Thursday to keep pace with our release schedule that we've been sticking with.
And Dad, I do want to talk about my game on Thursday, the hockey game I got.
Okay, we can definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
So just so all of our listeners know, you can find us on any type of podcasting or podcatcher out there. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, I think even iHeartRadio and other podcasting listening mediums. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the little bell so you get a notification every single time our next episode comes out. Make sure that you're chatting with us on social media, and we're going to hopefully get a specific social tag for all of our social media for our specific podcast, as well as an email set up. So maybe folks can send in questions to Cillian or me about the upcoming week of sports.
And if they don't like the Chiefs, if they want the Chiefs to play the Lions, going for the Chiefs.
Right. Yes, we certainly know that. So why don't we get started? We'll start with reviewing how your picks went last week. We'll start with college football. In week 9, you had, it looks like 7 different picks. You started the week, or going into the week, 19-12. And this week you were 2-5 in your picks. So a little bit of an off week this week with your picks. Well, excuse me. We'll start with our hometown teams who faced each other. The number 25 University of Michigan Wolverines faced the Michigan State Spartans at Spartan Stadium on Saturday night. You picked the Spartans. Unfortunately, Michigan was too much to handle, winning 31-20. How'd you feel about the Michigan State game?
Not great.
Not great. Michigan retained the Paul Bunyan Trophy. That's the trophy between the two teams based on which team wins each year. So they got to retain that trophy, and we'll keep that for the next year. Another game that you picked was a top 15 matchup. We had the Ole Miss Rebels, number 8 Ole Miss Rebels, against the number 13 Oklahoma Sooners. You picked Oklahoma. Unfortunately, Ole Miss pulled out the win. It was a high-scoring game, ending up 34-26 with Ole Miss winning. Trinidad Chambliss, former Ferris State Bulldog, quarterback for Ole Miss, led the way for them to get the win. What did you think about that win?
Nope,
not good. You wanted the Sooners?
Yeah. Not the Boomer Sooners.
Boomer Sooners, that's right. So that moved Ole Miss up to 7th place in the rankings, and it dropped Oklahoma down 5 places in the rankings to number 18.
Oh, that's bad for Oklahoma.
Yep. Michigan's win brought them up 4 spots from 25 to 21 in the rankings, and I think that's mainly because there was a lot of movement down in the lower half of the top 25 rankings, which we'll talk about in a little bit here. Another pick that you unfortunately did not get right was another top 15 matchup. We had the number 15 Missouri Tigers against the number 10 Vanderbilt Commodores. This was a lower scoring game, and you picked Missouri, and unfortunately Vanderbilt got the win 17-10. So you started off 0-3 in your picks. The next 2 you got right, though. You picked the number 3 Texas A&M Aggies to beat the number 20 LSU Tigers. And Texas A&M got the win. I'm trying to find the score for you. They got the win, and they won pretty darn big, 49-25 in Death Valley. And LSU has decided to part ways with their head coach, Brian Kelly. And they're going to be on the look for a new head coach.
And they fired him?
They fired him. Yep.
Why?
Well, because they lost pretty badly at home, and right now they're sitting 5-3 on the season.
Whoa.
And with that loss, they fell out of the top 25 altogether, with Texas A&M staying in their third place spot. So that's why LSU let Brian Kelly go. The next one that you got right was Alabama. Roll Tide. You picked them to beat South Carolina, and the number 4 Alabama Crimson Tide won 29-22. They actually had to make quite the comeback at the very end of the game to get the win. How'd you feel about that win?
Perfect.
Perfect. Awesome. So there was your 2 wins of the week. You had 2 other picks. You were rooting for the Illinois Fighting Illini over the Washington Huskies. Unfortunately, Washington came out firing and scored 42 points, beating the Illini 42-25. That dropped Illinois out of the rankings, the top 25 rankings, from number 23. And then you picked Minnesota to beat the Iowa Hawkeyes. Minnesota coming off of that upset win over the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And unfortunately, they could not get the win against the Iowa Hawkeyes. They lost 41-3. They couldn't even get a touchdown. So that was a tough loss for Minnesota. So on the season, even though you went 2-5 this week, you are 21-17 in your picks for college football. How are you feeling about your record?
Well, I like the 17 number. So.
You like the 17 number? Especially because it's lower than the 21?
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we jump into the NFL, you mentioned that you had a football game this week. Do you want to talk about the football game?
No, there's not.
Oh, a hockey game. Okay, yeah. Why don't we talk about the hockey game?
Well, Michigan State, in playing Boston College, started off struggling in the first half.
Okay, in the first period?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And started off cruising in the second period.
Okay.
And then started cruising again.
In the third period?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Then Boston College came back cruising.
Yeah.
Then Michigan State came back and cruised all the way with a win.
Wow. So that sounds like a fantastic hockey game.
By winning 62-5. Winning 62-37.
62-37 in a hockey game?
Yeah.
That's a high scoring game. Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And now they travel to Ferris.
Who travels to Ferris?
Michigan State. They travel to Ferris to play the Ferris State Bulldogs.
Wow. In college hockey?
Yeah.
Up in Big Rapids?
Yep.
Do you think Uncle Mike's going to go to the game?
Well, he has school.
He's got school. So
yeah, but his friends are getting tickets to the game.
His friends are getting tickets, but he's got to stop. He's got to go to class or study.
Yeah, he's got to go to study. That's why he'll get to see the highlights tomorrow.
He'll get to see the highlights after a good night of studying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. We go to college, right, to study and get a degree. Most important, right? Having fun is pretty important too, right? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to talk about any other of the sporting events that you had this week?
Well, I did have a lot of games.
You had a lot of games this week? Okay.
Yeah, like football, hockey, soccer, basketball.
Yeah, awesome. You were even doing some field goal kicking out in the front yard this week, weren't you?
Do you know my favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah.
Upset the number 16 Cincinnati Bengals.
Did they really?
And they won in overtime.
Wow, that's an exciting game.
Winning 27-13.
27-13? Wow.
Yeah.
How'd they score so many points?
Because they had a lot of time left on the game clock, they needed to score to win.
Okay.
So that drops Cincinnati out of the top 27.
Oh, wow.
And they fell down 7 spots.
Okay.
and they're traveling to Cleveland to play the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs travel to play the Buffalo Bills.
They do.
On Saturday night.
On Sunday.
On Sunday
afternoon,
night.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be up for the whole game, I think so.
Yeah, probably that one for sure. Well, we're talking about some NFL, so let's jump into it and see how we did last week. So you started, or you went into last week with your picks. You were 21, 15, and 1.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's a pretty good spot to be.
That was me sitting.
Yep, you made 6 picks this last week. Unfortunately, you went 1-5. So another tough week in picks, just like college football. First, you had the New York Giants in round 2 against the Philadelphia Eagles with the win. Unfortunately, the Eagles came out much stronger on offense, and they won 38-20. Maybe the most upsetting news from that game is it looked like Cam Scadaboo got injured. Injured his ankle pretty badly. Might even be a season-ending injury. How'd you feel about that?
Nope.
Not good. Yeah, hopefully he recovers quickly. Jackson Dart still has some weapons for wide receivers.
Do they have another running back?
They have another running back.
What's his name?
Devin Singletary.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
can't pick that name.
Not as good as Cam Scadaboo, but he will get a chance to prove his. No, because that's Cam Scadaboo's number. I don't know what Singletary's number is. I'll see if I can find it for you really quick. But yep, that's who they're going to be riding with. His number is 26. He's number 26. They also have a running back named Tyrone Tracy Jr., number 29. So they'll probably be bouncing between both of those players as they move forward into next week. Another pick.
Who the Giants run to?
Sorry?
Who do the Giants play?
Who are they going to play this next week?
Yeah.
Let's take a look and see. They're going to host the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday afternoon.
I'm going to want the 49ers because they're more red.
You're going to root for the 49ers? Okay.
I'm going to have to put on my Chiefs jersey.
Yeah, to represent the red?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure to write down or circle that one for you for next week. Okay, so the next pick that you had was the Sunday Night Football game. You had picked the Pittsburgh Steelers with Aaron Rodgers coming back home to Lambeau Field it wasn't at Lambeau Field, but playing the Packers, his old team. Unfortunately, the Packers got the win 35-25. With Tucker Kraft having an outstanding game. Really helped me in my fantasy football, even though I still ended up losing this week. But Tucker Kraft had a great game. I think he had a couple touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 143 yards receiving, and 7 receptions. So a great game for Tucker Kraft. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers couldn't get the win over his former team. Uh-oh. Next, you had the Cincinnati Bengals over the New York Jets. And I kind of coaxed you into that pick because you had been picking the Jets over and over and over again, and the Jets kept losing. But finally, the New York Jets got their first win of the season over the Cincinnati Bengals. It was a barn burner. They won 39-38. What a game. And the Jets got their first win. Do you think they're pretty happy?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was pretty good for them to get their first win, huh?
I think Cincinnati already fired the coach.
No, I think Cincinnati's kept their coach. Right now, they're battling with a lot of injuries. They're having kind of an off season right now. But
Dad, I don't know why Cincinnati is battling with a lot of injuries.
Yeah, they just their starting quarterback Joe Burrow got injured. They've been trying to figure out who their starting quarterback. Joe Flacco's been looking really, really good. They just haven't they just weren't able to get the win this week. You also picked the Chicago Bears over the Baltimore Ravens, and the Ravens have been struggling with injuries, with their starting quarterback being out for the last couple of weeks with a hamstring injury. But they, with their backup quarterback, got the win over the Bears, winning 30-16. So unfortunately, you didn't get that one right. And last, I think this was Thursday Night Football. You picked the Vikings, the Minnesota Vikings, who was, your NFC North divisional champion pick for the season. You picked them over the LA Chargers. You're not a big fan of the Chargers, are you?
Nope.
No.
They stink.
They stink
They
as
stink a lot.
AFC division rivals to the Kansas City Chiefs. It makes sense that you don't like the Chargers. Unfortunately, they beat the Vikings 37-10.
Uh-oh.
Your one correct pick of the week. Who do you think it was? The Chiefs on Monday Night Football. They whooped the Commanders, the Washington Commanders. What was the score?
It was 28-7.
28-7. Patrick Mahomes had how many touchdown passes did he have?
When Mom showed me the highlights, I think he had 4 or 5 or 3.
I think it was 3. Yep, he had 3 touchdown passes, even though he had 2 interceptions early in the game. He came back and had 3 touchdown passes, 299 yards throwing. He threw touchdown passes to Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice, and Kareem Hunt. And Kareem Hunt was able to get a rushing touchdown in as well. Again, beating the Commanders 28-7 with a pretty commanding win.
Yeah. How many spots did the Commanders fall?
Well, in NFL, they kind of just move in the standings, not necessarily rankings like college football. But right now, the Washington Commanders are sitting just above the New York Giants in the NFC East at 3-5, with the Giants being 2-6.
Did the Giants play the Commanders?
They will eventually. I don't think they've played them yet, but they will play them eventually this season because they're in the division, so they'll play them twice. So, after going 1-5 this week, your overall for NFL is 22-20 and 1. So you're still over 500 on your picks for the NFL.
Let's go into NHL.
Let's go into the NHL. So the NHL, you picked a slew of picks from Saturday, October 25th. There were 13 games. You went into the picks or into the week 10-10, so an even 500, and you picked all 13 games. So we'll start with the first one, most important one, the Detroit Red Wings against the St. Louis Blues. They were down 4-0 going into the third period, I believe. Let's double check that. No, sorry. They were down 4-0 going into the second, or I'm sorry. They were down 4-0 halfway through the second period and ended up scoring 6 straight goals.
Yeah.
And ended up winning the game 6-4. So big comeback win for the Detroit Red Wings. Now, since then, they, after playing 10 games, have 7 wins and 3 losses. They're sitting with 14 points, and they're 4th in the Eastern Conference, 2nd in the Atlantic Division. So great game by the Detroit Red Wings. You picked the New York Islanders to beat the Philadelphia Flyers. Unfortunately, the Flyers won 4-3. You picked the Avalanche to beat the Boston Bruins. Unfortunately, the Boston Bruins won 3-2. You picked the Anaheim Ducks over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Unfortunately, the Lightning won 4-3. You picked the Buffalo Sabres over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs stink. We don't like the Leafs, do we?
Who won?
The Leafs won 4-3 in overtime.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Sticking Leafs.
Yep. You picked the Panthers over the Vegas Golden Knights. The Panthers won in a shutout, 3-0 over the Vegas Golden Knights. So you got that one right. You picked the Minnesota Wild over the Utah Mammoth. The Utah Mammoth are on an 8-game win streak right now. Crazy. 8-game win streak.
Did they beat the Winnipeg Jets?
They beat the Wild 6-2. I don't know if they beat the Jets. That was Sunday's game. The next day on Sunday, they beat the Winnipeg Jets 3-2. But they beat the Wild 6-2 on Saturday the 10th. You picked the Pittsburgh Penguins to beat the Columbus Blue Jackets. Unfortunately, the Blue Jackets won 5-4 in a shootout. You picked
Those stinking Blue Jackets.
those stinking Blue Jackets. You picked the Capitals to beat the Senators. The Senators walloped the Capitals 7-1. Whew. That's like one of our mini stick games where you beat me, right? You picked the Montreal Canadiens to beat the Vancouver Canucks, and they won 4-3. The Canadiens right now are first in the Atlantic Division over the Red Wings. You picked the Predators over the the Los Angeles Kings, and they won in a shootout, 5-4. So you got that pick right. You picked the Carolina Hurricanes over the Stars. Unfortunately, the Stars won 3-2. And then you picked the Oilers over the Kraken, and the Kraken won 3-2. So after starting 10-10, you made 13 picks. You went 4-9. So right now you're sitting under 500 with a record of 14-19. So those were your picks for last week. Should we jump into picks for this week?
Yeah.
All right.
College hockey time.
You want to start with college hockey?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to bring a new sport to the podcast, college hockey. We talked a little bit about it last week, but we'll jump in with some picks for this upcoming week. We've got, right now, Michigan State Spartans, number 1 in the country.
They're first?
They're number 1, baby. And they have a bye week this week, so they're not going to play any games this week. Sitting at number 2 in the country is the University of Michigan, who are 7-1 on the season. Number 3 is the defending champions, the Western Michigan Broncos, who are currently sitting 4-2. Number 4 is Penn State Nittany Lions, who are 7-1. Number 5 are the national champion runner-up. The team that Western Michigan beat in the finals last year is the Boston University Terriers, who are 3-1. So that rounds out the top 5. And we're going to make 4 picks for college hockey. And the way that college hockey does it is usually they play the same team twice. Usually on a Thursday and a Friday, or sometimes on a Friday, Saturday, or sometimes on a Thursday, Saturday. So they're going to play 2 games. We're going to pick who we think is going to win the series. Okay? Sound good?
Michigan State.
Well, Michigan State, remember, they're off this week, so they're not going to play this week. The first matchup we have is the Ferris State Bulldogs against the Lindenwood Lions. Who do you got between Ferris State and Lindenwood?
Ferris State Bulldogs.
All right, let's go Bulldogs. Okay, next, we've got the number 4 Penn State Nittany Lions against their Big Ten rivals, the number 17 Ohio State Buckeyes. Who do you got between Penn State and Ohio State?
Penn State Nittany Lions.
Penn State Nittany Lions. Awesome. Next, we've got the number 2 University of Michigan Wolverines, who are going to play Friday and Saturday against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Who do you have in that series?
Well, if the Wolverines play the Spartans, I don't know about the Spartans, but if they play Notre Dame, I'm going to want Notre Dame.
You're going for Notre Dame. All right, Notre Dame with the upset over the University of Michigan Wolverines. And then last, we have another Big Ten matchup, top 25 matchup. We've got the number 18 Minnesota Golden Gophers against the number 14 Wisconsin Badgers. Who do we have in that matchup?
Well, the Badgers have red.
They do.
But the Gophers have no red.
No, it's like more of a maroon and gold is their color. Yeah. Who are you going to root for? Who are you going to pick?
Michigan.
Who?
Well,
Minnesota or Wisconsin? Minnesota. All right. So we've got 4 college hockey picks for this week. Hopefully you can go 4-0 and have a good record.
Well, the Spartans have a bye week.
Yep.
Let's talk about who they play next.
Who they're going to play next? Okay.
After the bye week.
Yeah, let's take a look and see. So I think they play Friday, November 7th. So this will be an early pick. Maybe we'll come back to this one next episode. It looks like they host the on November 7th. Yeah, November 7th, they host the Penn State Nittany Lions at home at Mun Ice Arena. number 1 versus number 4. And who knows, those rankings may change by next week. So Friday and Saturday, they play the Penn State Nittany Lions. Who do you got between Michigan State and Penn State? Michigan State. All right. Awesome. So we'll write that one down and we'll keep that one in the hopper for next episode. Okay. All right. Do you want to do some college football picks now?
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump into it. So, I have 5. I have 5 Division 1 picks, and then I'm gonna have us pick a Division 2 game this week. Sound good? All right. So to kind of recap, the top 6 from last week in the rankings all kept their same spot in the top 6 this week. So Ohio State's number 1, Indiana Hoosiers number 2, Texas A&M is number 3, Alabama Crimson Tide is number 4, University of Georgia Bulldogs are number 5, and the number 6 is the Oregon Ducks. So the top 6 all remain the same. There are 4 new teams in the top 25, with number 22 being the Houston Cougars, number 23 being those USC Trojans. They're back into the top 25 again. Number 24 is the Utah Utes, and number 25 is the Memphis Tigers. We had 4 teams fall out of the top 25. We mentioned LSU dropped from 20 out of the top 25. Illinois dropped from 23 out of the top 25. Number 18, South Florida fell out of the top 25. And number 24, Arizona State fell out of the top 25. Last weekend, another big update. The Ferris State Bulldogs beat their in-state rivals, the Grand Valley State Lakers, 38-31 at home, which was awesome. So go Bulldogs. Yeah. Got the win. This week, they host Northern Michigan University, the Cougars. They're the Wildcats, not the Cougars. The Northern Michigan Wildcats. Who do you got? Ferris State or Northern Michigan for this week?
Michigan.
No, remember, Ferris State or Northern Michigan?
Ferris.
All right, so we got the Ferris State Bulldogs as our first pick of week 9, it'll be week 10, but episode 9. All right, Michigan State, they play the Minnesota Golden Gophers this week. Who do you got between Michigan State and Minnesota? They're in Minnesota. It's a 3:30 game on Saturday. Who do you got, Michigan State or Minnesota?
Michigan State.
Michigan State. Hopefully they can get their 4th win of the season.
Yeah, I want it to be 30-3.
30-3. Okay, I hope so.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Do you want the Gophers or Michigan State?
I want Michigan State. They need to get another win. Man, it's been too long. They won 3 games and then they've lost 5 in a row. That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they definitely need a win. The University of Michigan, who just moved up to number 21 in the rankings, they are going to face the Purdue Boilermakers. They're hosting them. Purdue's 2-6 on the season. Who do you got in this one? The Purdue Boilermakers or the Michigan Wolverines? Wolverines. All right, we're picking with our hometown teams. That's great. Next, we're going to go to the SEC for the next 3 games. We've got a top 20 matchup. We've got the number 9 Vanderbilt Commodores against the number 20 Texas Longhorns. Saturday at noon. It's in Texas. Who do you got? The Texas Longhorns or the Vanderbilt Commodores?
Texas Longhorns.
Texas Longhorns going for the upset over the number 9 Vanderbilt Commodores. Hook 'em horns. All right. Next, we've got the Oklahoma Sooners against number 18 Oklahoma Sooners traveling to the number 14 Tennessee Volunteers. What do you have in this one? Oklahoma or Tennessee? Both are 6-2. Pretty big matchup.
Well, Oklahoma has red. Tennessee has orange.
Yeah, I made a tough choice for you. I know you like to pick the orange and the red, right?
Yeah.
Who do you got?
See.
Tennessee? All right, go Volunteers. You got the Tennessee Volunteers.
Is Uncle Mike going to pick Oklahoma or Tennessee?
I don't know. We might have to give him a call or send him a text after the episode and see what he says.
Yeah, maybe we give him a call right after the episode.
Okay, we could maybe try and see if he's available to chat about some
he could
college
be in
football.
bed already.
He might be in bed already. You know, it's good for him to get his rest before class tomorrow, right?
Oh, where's the moon right now?
The moon's outside. Remember, we saw it. We might need to maybe have Uncle Mike on as a guest podcaster with us. What do you think?
Yeah.
Would you share your microphone, or would you share my microphone?
Well, we'll have to get 3.
Oh, maybe we can get another microphone. Okay, we could look into that. All right, our final game of the week for college football. I have the number 5 Georgia Bulldogs against the unranked Florida Gators, or you like to call them the Kraken, don't you?
Yeah.
So the Florida Gators right now are 3-1. Who do you got? You got the Georgia Bulldogs or the Florida Gators?
I like the Georgia Bulldogs quarterback, so I'm going for Georgia.
All right, awesome. Okay, so hopefully you go 6-0 this week in college football picks. Remember, we're starting the week at 21-17. Ready to make some NFL picks?
Yep.
All right, so you already picked the San Francisco 49ers over the New York Giants. Do you want to start with our hometown team?
Yeah.
We're back after the bye week. They are hosting their division rivals, the Minnesota Vikings. Lions are sitting at 5-2. The Vikings are 3-4. Who do you got? The Detroit Lions or the Minnesota Vikings?
Going for Goff and the Lions.
Goff and the Lions. Great. I'm sure all of your family will be very glad to hear that you're cheering for the Lions this week.
But
After 2 weeks of picking
I'm
against
still
them.
on the Chiefs.
I understand. So we'll go to the Chiefs next.
Yeah, who do they play?
Do you know who they play? I feel like you should remember this.
Yeah.
Who do they play?
I don't.
Do you remember? What if I show you?
The Buffalo Bills.
That's right. So the 5-3 Chiefs are traveling to Buffalo to play Josh Allen and the 5-2 Buffalo Bills. Are you picking the Chiefs?
Yep.
All
Go
right.
for Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, Kareem Hunt, and Xavier Worthy and the Chiefs.
Wow, you're getting to know almost all the players. That's really great. All right, another one I've got is kind of a fun story going on right now in the NFL. The Indianapolis Colts have the best record at 7-1. They've won 7 games and only lost 1 game so far this year. They are traveling to Pittsburgh to face the 4-3 Pittsburgh Steelers led by Aaron Rodgers. Who do you got in this one between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers? Remember, you got to say it into the microphone. You can't just point.
Gators.
Who? Steelers
Colts.
or the Colts?
Colts.
We're going for the Colts. All right.
And what's their quarterback? I cannot remember.
Their quarterback is Daniel Jones. He's having an outstanding season this year for a guy who got let go by a previous team. I can't remember who he played for beforehand, but I can look into it. Let's see who he played.
Did he play for Kansas City Chiefs?
No, he didn't play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see.
That was the Chiefs' backup quarterback.
Backup quarterback. Oh, Daniel Jones, he used to play for the New York Giants. They let him go. Now he plays for the Indianapolis Colts, and he's crushing it.
Yeah.
So you got the Colts. All right, here we go. Next, and we're going to give a shout-out to some folks that we met at Auntie Lizzie's wedding. Dina and John, who are from, where are they from? Do you remember where they're from?
Texas.
No, from Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And they're big
I mean-
fans of listening to your podcast.
Wow.
Right? And so we'll give them a shout out. And we're going to pick the Sunday night football game. We've got the Seattle Seahawks against the Washington Commanders. The Seahawks are sitting at 5-2. The Commanders are just coming off of that loss against the Chiefs, 3-5. Who are you going to pick? The Seattle Seahawks or the Washington Commanders?
Well, I don't like the Seahawks.
Oh, no. Dina and John are not going to be thrilled to hear that.
Well, I picked the Cardinals.
You did pick the Cardinals over the Seahawks. Yes, you did. Who do you got in this one, though, between the Commanders and the Seahawks?
The Commanders have a dark red.
They kind of have a dark red. It's like a maroon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maroon red.
Kind of
So
like the Minnesota
Commanders.
Golden Gophers, right?
Commanders.
So you're picking the Commanders. Oh, man. So the Commanders going to come off of that bad loss to the Kansas City Chiefs and going to get a win over the Seattle Seahawks. All right, next. Last pick of NFL is the Monday night football game. We've got the Arizona Cardinals, who are sitting at 2-5, against the 3-4-1 Dallas Cowboys. Who do you got in this game?
Well, the Cardinals have red. I'm going for the Cardinals.
Going for the Cardinals. All right. So we've got the Arizona Cardinals over the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Some other big updates. Again, the Lions are still behind the Packers in the division. Kansas City is still sitting third in their division right now, even though they're on a bit of a win streak. So hopefully they can turn things around and keep on going. All right, our last sport for picks. Do you want to pick the NHL now?
Yeah.
All right, I didn't pick 13. We're not going to pick all 13 games. I picked 5 games for you over the next few days. And so we'll go through some of these picks. To give an update, the New Jersey Devils are sitting first in the East right now overall. And
Where the
actually,
Red Wings sitting?
excuse me. Right now, the Red Wings in their division, they're in second. In the conference, they're fourth. Right now, the New Jersey Devils are first in their division and first in the conference. And actually, I mentioned that the Utah Mammoth were on a 8-game win streak. They were actually on a 7-game win streak, and it was the New Jersey Devils that were on an 8-game win streak. Utah right now is first in the West, but actually both of those teams just lost, so now their win streaks have ended. Pittsburgh is second in the East, and the Avalanche are second in the West. All right, so I've got 5 games for us to pick, starting on the 30th, which is tomorrow. Thursday the 30th, we've got the Detroit Red Wings against the Los Angeles Kings, who are sitting at 5-3-3. And the Red Wings are 7-3-0. The Red Wings are about to go on, I think it's like a 5-game road trip, all in the West. So they're playing a lot of teams out in California and in the west of the country. Who do you got between the Red Wings and the Kings? Red Wings. All right. The next day is Friday the 31st, Halloween. What are you going to be for Halloween this year? You got to say it into the microphone.
Woody.
Woody from Toy Story. What's Mila going to be?
Jessie.
She's going to be Jessie. Are you excited for Halloween?
Yeah.
Are you excited to go trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awesome.
Granddad, your dad, he's sick.
I did hear that he got sick, yeah, and hopefully he gets better because it sounds like he wants to go out to Chicago to do trick-or-treating with your cousins.
Oh.
With Grandma and Aunt Maggie.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think Mama and Papa are going to come over to do some trick-or-treating with us.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so on the 31st, I've got 3 games for you. We're going to start with the Red Wings. They play again on the 30th and the 31st. On the 31st, they play the Anaheim Ducks. Who do you got in that game?
Detroit Red Wings.
Go Red Wings. Okay.
Whoa.
Also on the 31st, we've got the New York Islanders against the Washington Capitals. What do you got in that one? Capitals. All right. Good pick. And then finally on the 31st, we had the Colorado Avalanche. We're sitting with 16 points at 6-1-4 against the Las Vegas Golden Knights, who have 15 points at 6-1-3. Who do you got? The Avs or the Golden Knights?
I think
Golden Knights. Okay. All right. And then finally on Sunday, November 2nd, the Red Wings' third game of their West road trip. I've got the Detroit Red Wings against the San Jose Sharks. Who do you got in that one?
Sharks.
You got the Sharks over the Red Wings?
Oh, the Red Wings.
The Red Wings? Okay, all right. So
Sorry.
we got. Oh, that's okay. If you wanted the Sharks, we could give you the Sharks. Or do you want the Red Wings?
We're gonna give me the Red Wings.
The Red Wings. Okay, awesome. So hopefully you can go 5-0. That would get you to 19-19 on the season in NHL picks. Okay. So we made some college football picks, NFL picks, college hockey picks, and NHL picks. Is there anything else that you want to talk about tonight?
OU basketball.
OU basketball? All right. So as we mentioned last week, they're right now doing exhibition games. And so I don't think they've had another one since we last talked. But their first game of the season is going to be on November 3rd, which is Monday at 8:30. They go to Michigan, to the Chrysler Center, to play the number 7 Michigan Wolverines. Do you think they're going to get the upset?
Golden Grizzlies.
Go Golden Grizzlies. All right, so hopefully they can get the upset on Monday, November 3rd.
I want to bundle up in my Golden Grizzlies shirt.
You want to bundle up in your Golden Grizzlies shirt? I love that. We can definitely...
Can we travel there to do a ball boy experience? Or
maybe not at an away game, but maybe we can get to a couple home games this year and go watch the Golden Grizzlies at home with some of our friends. Sound good?
Yeah, maybe we bring like Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
When he has a day off of school, maybe when we go to next time you bring me to campus, we're gonna tell Coach Campy.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna tell him I want you to schedule the games on Sunday.
Oh, you want to find a Sunday game? I bet we could probably find a Sunday game at Oakland eventually. Well, I'll take a look at their calendar and see if I can find a Sunday game for us to go to. Okay?
Okay.
Sounds good. All right. Well, fans, listeners, thanks for listening to our podcast. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. Share us with your friends and family and on your social media. We'll keep working on getting an email and social set up so you guys can connect with us in all the different avenues. We're just trying to make sure that we're getting good content out first, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for listening. I'm looking forward to a good weekend of sports. How about you?
Good too.
All right. Awesome. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.